Hello, and welcome to Flashpoint Campaigns Red Storm gameplay video. We're playing the Hell on Wheels campaign, Scenario 5, Battle Royal. For those of you who've been following, we've had a pretty good little fight here in the center and on the far right, but we've seen some indications that the Soviets are going to force this flank. Now, I don't know if there's a battalion here trying to get across. I don't know if there's guys going this way. Well, we've blown the bridge is here, but there's just not a whole lot up here to hold. If anything consequential comes this way, I don't think 4 vehicles and a handful of infantry are going to stop them. So I've got helicopters that are going to run some circuits and see what's going on. Got these guys set who are part of my reserves to deploy to cover these victory point hexes in the backside of these guys, and my other reserves, which are in here, are going to move into position up into town. I thought about this a lot. I think I mentioned at the end of the last scenario I could run back here to try to block these guys coming this way, but you know, the way they've been behaving, the way they've been pounding this flank with artillery and everything else, I get a nasty feeling that there's bigger plans than these victory point hexes, and that in fact this might be, it could be a feint trying to draw forces out of here, or it could be the real deal, trying to crush this by coming the other way, or going for the victory point hexes. I don't know. But in any case, this crowd here can come up here and position themselves where they can fire in this direction or this direction, or that direction for that matter, and I'll leave everybody else alone as best I can. I mean, I've either stuck my head in the trap or I haven't, and either the reserves that I have available can prevent any big problems, or they can't. That's one cool thing about this game, is you execute a plan, and it's a little difficult to just turn it on a dime and change things. So the other half of the plan is to attack as violently as possible with the armored battalion, 2nd Battalion, 66, if I remember correctly, in this direction. I might have somebody going this way. I don't remember. Yeah, that's what it looks like. And these guys are having a big old time. Running deep, see what's back there. It's the last. Let's face it, it's cheesy. It's the last game of the campaign, and I'm risking some units, perhaps frivolously, but it's not like I have to use them in another scenario, and I'm nowhere near the level of breaking. So I want to blunt, stop, manage whatever's happening on this flank, and I want to attack as swiftly as I can into here to try to push the Soviets over the 70% level, which I don't know what that is. So far, come to think of it, I don't know if I've looked. Okay, we've lost 8 units killed, 50 fallen out, which includes, I'm sure, units that were not replaced in the inter-scenario replace and rehab sequence. And we've knocked off a couple of battalions of tanks, a couple of battalions of mech, a couple of battalions of infantry, some recon, not much recon, anti-tank, pile of headquarters. Jesus, like they've got their own headquarters, battalion of headquarters. 12 air defense, that's, you know, good old artillery has been reaching back and smacking things. Lots of artillery for that matter. Again, this has been an interesting game from the point of view of the NATO artillery. It's been pretty impressive. Speaking of impressive, I think I've got these guys set to pound that just for fun, and he's got orders, I think, from the AI to hit something back there, and I'm going to leave that alone. I have to wonder if we're going to see either a pinning attack here, and I'm repeating myself, I guess, a pinning attack here and a thrust here, or maybe even a thrust here, or both, or a substantial attack here supported by, something like that, or even something like that. Really, if you watching from the front, it's kind of like I thought it'd be cool to take my armor battalion and drive it like that, and it may be that they think it's cool to, hit me in the right, or my left from their right. I guess we'll find out. I've been talking a lot now. I can't think of anything else that is just absolutely critical to say here in the front end. Let's get this thing set up for a proper video setup, so it's a pleasure to hear and watch, and kind of position this, and let's start. Here we go. Well, one shot. All right, there we go. Put some smack down on the mechanized infantry. That's always a good thing. And those guys are continuing to pound my that company on the left from the hillside, and they've been doing it with great effect. As you can probably see, there's a whole boatload of little blue crosses in there, and probably more than a few in here. And the Death Stars are raining death and destruction down on my helicopters, which have orders to go places, but I haven't figured out what to do with. Let's see what we get here. Whatever was there, there's less of them now. A lot less of them. Very good. I haven't really quite figured out what to do with NATO helicopters. I've gotten them shot down quite effectively, though. And it's just, rocking on here. And no matter how much of their artillery we kill, they don't seem to ever run out of things to drop on us. I'm just glad that we have gotten a piece of them. It would be a whole lot more unpleasant without the counter battery, and in some cases direct fire kills on guys like that wandered into line of sight. And the fight in the center is on, or it continues anyway. Yeah, that's about as good as it gets. Oh, look at the mech infantry rolling down the center. And my mortars hitting the remnants of the attack that came down through here. And now the hopefully devastating strike on the armor there. I'll take that. There's the other one. Oh, hey, one less to deal with later. That, and it can't have done any good for their readiness. And they've been far too damn ready, in my opinion. Boy, they have been beating my brains out. I don't think we're going to see much in this command cycle of the counterattack that I'm launching with the second of the 66. Assuming it gets started at all. I've seen the Soviets be quite effective at hitting units that are formed up for the attack and causing great distress and confusion in the ranks and delaying the plan. But if it gets launched, we ought to see maybe some of them moving. And given these guys coming down the road right now, maybe it's just as well that it's going to be a little while. But this tank company here needs an opportunity to beat these guys up a little bit before we rumble into them. Although it'd be kind of fun to run a couple of tank companies, a couple of companies of M1s into a bunch of wheeled APCs. I think it'd be entertaining video. Okay, guys, come on now. Uncle Sam paid for every one of those rounds you're sending down range. Let's and the mortars hit the mortars. Very nice. I'll take that. But yeah, that ammunition's not free. We don't just want to throw it in the dirt if we can help it. And they continue to pound that company, and they continue to tear it up. It smells like they want that. I mean, they want the whole thing, obviously. Guess what? The Soviets want all the victory points. Last command cycle, I just started, it just feels like they're coming here. They've hitting it so hard. They got all this giant concentration, and they're charging it, but they're not pounding it with as much artillery. Considering, oh look, it's daylight and visibility 2,500 meters. I think we're getting a disproportionate amount of. Oh yeah, there we go. Kill some more of my helicopters from the other side of the curvature of the Earth. I'm not bitter. I'm not bitter at all. Anyway, I think they're hitting this awfully hard, considering that what appears to be the main opposition's in here. So I don't know. Maybe they're planning to launch that attack through here. It's the AI. Maybe they'll continue to kill us with Death Star strikes from the aircraft. I'm just chattering on here now in my my confusion and dismay at how hard they've hit that battalion. I guess that's 3rd Battalion for considering what they've actually sent to attack it. And quite honestly, I'm not sure I made any sense in the last few minutes. Babbling may or may not be my problem. Okay, I managed to get this artillery all stacked up over there, letting them meander around on top of each other. Let's hope that the Soviets don't figure out where they are. Oh, we made 19 minutes left. This is actually burning along quite nicely. Looks like the 3812 2504. Well, I don't know where they. Oh, look, these guys they've gotten down to the gully here. Gully, valley, whatever it is. Coming down the road, that just can't work out well for them. That just cannot work out for them. Yep, look, there they are. The reconnaissance guys got them spotted. And given the track I've got those recon guys on, it's probably the end of them. If I ever get around to playing this again, I guess I'll be smarter. But we know, there they are. I don't think well, they might get across this round. They might. Somebody's been down in that gully before they got that last unit we saw. So, yep, there's the other one. And I'm sure they're down there doing their engineering function and bridging. Meanwhile, in the place where things aren't very scary, a bunch of BTRs are getting holes poked in them. And that just can't be a good thing. I mean, again, unless you're the guy poking holes in the BTRs. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of guys up here, and they're gonna get that. They're gonna get that Kiowa. Wait a minute, what did I just see? Nothing, I guess. Let's go. This fight down here is going on. I've managed to position the map in such a way that we can't see it very well. Ouch. And it's doing the I don't care what you want to do, I'm not going to move the map. tick on the center map thing. That ought to move us as necessary, at least. I'm surprised this guy's still alive. Well, there you go. Good. Thank you for relieving me of that terrible surprise. You know what? I've managed to get this so screwed up that I can't see what's going on anymore. Click, click. There we go. These guys have managed to close up in here. And you know, I think I've lost track of what's what. I'm hearing artillery strikes and not seeing them. And there we go. There's an air defense unit back there that just paid me back for my you know, I don't know what I've managed to do here to get this thing to refuse to move the map, but it'll zoom out, but it won't. Let's see if I zoom in, it'll start centering. Okay, dawn, haze, fog, 1,500 meters. Visibility is down. And more magic missiles. Actually, at those ranges, I can kind of, it doesn't flip me out to see them. You know, 3 or 4 kilometers across that plane. Yeah, okay. I still wonder how you get these helicopters to go, you know, do the nap of the earth thing. You know, RTFM. I might even follow my own advice one of these days. It's things like this guy over here shooting from the haze that makes me wonder about the wisdom of starting this game before dawn. I haven't seen any particular advantage, and there's a lot of things that I think I would see otherwise that I haven't been able to. And oh, that hurt. Thank you. There's nothing like losing an M1. But as I was saying, I'm not sure that I've seen any particular advantage to the night or the early morning attack. And I left not a lot, but you know, a considerable, significant number of steps out of the force structure to give it a try. But since this isn't a game that I'm trying to, other than I don't like that, this isn't a game where I'm trying to demonstrate the most brilliant gameplay. For one thing, I don't think I'm capable of it, and I'm not trying to rack up the most impressive score. It's the first time I've played this through, and I'm just messing with it and seeing how it looks. Okay, these guys are getting in position. Are you going to let me... It's just determined not to let me move this map around. Pause. Now it'll let me do it. If I turn that off, restart. And now, okay, maybe that's the problem. Maybe we got it set now. Now, you know, here's a great surprise, but maybe I don't. My videos don't have the greatest production values. That's, I guess maybe I may have to accept that that reality. Well, look at that guy actually got all the way there and back. I'm stunned. This guy didn't. Okay, look, we got another attack coming from this way, or is this the guys that went that way? I got so accustomed to babbling that I'm not sure I was watching. This attack's petered out. It's ugly, and this isn't impressive, but that's still scary. Well, that's not scary. Yeah, those guys are dead, but what's down in this valley is scary. Those guys haven't gotten started yet. 6 minutes to go. Looks like this is going to be an interim command cycle as far as getting seeing how it's going to develop. We got a, this attack, which was just pathetic, going in, and this attack, which I think are the guys who move this way. Although I'm getting hurt, that's not terribly threatening. I'm speculating. If not for the fact that part of the deal of doing these gameplay videos is that you can't just sit and watch. You can't just sit and watch the gameplay and still be legitimate and copyright. It has to be for instructional purposes. You need this banter, if you can call what I'm doing here banter, and discussion, which can't be a discussion since it's one way, but this commentary, I should say, of what's going on. You guys wouldn't have to suffer with, yeah, see that? These guys need to get going and they just got hit. They're showing that they're supposed to start moving right now, so we'll find out whether that artillery strike affected their movement. They're still hitting in here, although that's mortars. That's probably another one of these things. Okay, they just got hit. So if nothing else, it looks like, oh, ow. Oh, really? Now that really, that was awful. Oh, that was, I guess if you're the Soviets, that was a happy artillery strike. And that's I'm not sure what that is. Headquarters strike. Headquarters on the helicopters that I've used to no effect. Littered the terrain with their bent and broken airframes. 4 minutes. We're about 22 minutes into the video. We'll finish this up in well under 30 minutes. Even with my relatively incoherent babbling at the end of the round. I don't know about you guys, but I find it fascinating to watch this game run. And I guess if you're sitting here watching this video and putting up with me, that it's something you find interesting too. Well, that little attack has been mauled. Uh-oh, I did just see, well, that might have been a radar. I'll let it run, but I'm curious what we just saw on the far upper left. Just a flash. Two minutes. Let me finish this guy off. Well, they're working this one over. Huh. Oh. Come on. I don't have enough tanks to do that. Now, that was a headquarters unit, but rejoice at every kill, mourn every loss. Well, 2 minutes. It's on the other hand, maybe the Soviets ain't got nothing left. I was thinking, man, this is the round we'd start seeing them really showing us something, but I did see something that gives me pause. And it may have just been but if it is, I'm not saying what it is, it may have just been the radar indicator on an air defense unit, but if there's air defense in that upper left heading to the far bridges, then there's a column heading in that direction. And straight up, you can't cope with that directly. We're gonna need to break the Soviets. Okay, let's see. I don't know if we can see anything up there. All right, I saw something. I thought I saw just momentarily something flash up in here, but okay, I don't see it now. We know they're down in here somewhere. For that matter, they could be here, here, and here right now, having already bridged. In about 5 minutes, it looks like these guys are going to be moving into position. Hopefully that's before these guys crest and get serious. Well, I'm all beat up here, but that's not going to get it by itself. And these guys are going to begin moving into position. Oh, that's the helicopter. 5 or 6 minutes. Yeah, 5 or 6 minutes. Next minute or so, they'll start rolling. These ought to start rolling almost immediately. I don't know if all of them will. Yeah, beginning of the next round, they'll be going. And okay, they're considerably further behind. They'll be toward the end of the next round. I've got a nicely uncoordinated attack happening here. Well, 26 minutes in. Let's take a quick look. We were 2-2-2. Well, we've had 2 more kills and about 10 or 11 more fall out. We've killed considerably more. We put some hurt on them. Yeah, they're up to 380. That was a hard round on them. That was a tough round on the Soviets. 380. Well, I think that's about all we got to say. I think it's well, these guys are reloading. I think I don't know. I may shoot something down in this valley just for fun, but it won't be a whole lot of I won't use a whole lot of ammunition to do it, and I'm kind of inclined to leave the artillery in the complete control of the AI when I don't have a clear pinned target that I'm fairly sure is going to be hit. So we need to break these guys because in and of itself that might not be enough. I don't know. There could be something. There could be more stuff down in here. Could be crossing through here. There could be stuff in here. And I just don't think these guys, or even for that matter, this company coming here and looking back in this direction, if they come, if I'm lucky enough for them to come here, are going to make the difference. We need this attack to go in. We need to bust them in the chops. And if that doesn't work, well, I guess his right will connect, and maybe my right will hit nothing, and we'll have big problems. And that'll make for an interesting video. So we shall see. In the meantime, I sure appreciate you watching. And if you like this, despite my rather, my babbling, please subscribe and leave a comment if you have anything to say, any suggestions, any ridicule, anything at all. I do appreciate you, and see you again soon.